Well, I just want to congratulate SMU on a good fight. They clearly never gave up, and they had a very aggressive serving plan and stuck with it. And we've been going. I don't know how many practices in a row we've had because we've had a weird week, so we needed a break. I think the team's it was a little tired. I know Dan Morris fighting off a cold, and so just really pleased that we found a way to get a win. It wasn't always easy.
Olivia, after the first set, you were hitting the negatives and only had 2 kills, but you finished with 29 kills, 13 of those came in the third set. What was the change from the first 2 sets to the third?
Well, I feel like I was getting really frustrated with my swinging, so I did talk to Fish, and he was like, you technically didn't hit any balls out, so just keep jumping high and taking big rips. And then obviously my team just trusting me to take that many swings and setting me the ball, I feel like that definitely contributed. So I feel like listening to Fish, which was taking big rips, and then having just the setters and liberos set me just really helped. So, yeah.
Brooke, I guess when Olivia's on her game when she is, it's just pretty easy for you to be like, yeah, I'm gonna set her.
Yeah, when there's streaking, she's streaking, so it's pretty easy to keep giving her the ball.
Liv, you had a career high in digs today. What has been the improvement from last year to this season in your back row defense?
I feel like I just have been really focused on it. Fish actually told me I was too hyper-focused on it at one point, but I was asking him to hit balls at me every single day because I just feel like I was helping, contributing to the team's success, but I definitely could have contributed more in the back row, and that was just something I really wanted to work on. So I feel like, just having Fish hit balls at me and obviously having the mindset that if you touch it, you dig it. I feel like I didn't always have that mindset, but now I'm very confident that if the ball comes to me, I am able to get a touch and get it up. So I just feel like changing my mindset and getting that many reps is what did it.
Fish, I feel like every game Izzy Maston has a really solid service run and makes a crazy save, and that happened both at key times in the fourth set. What is it about her that allows her to kind of do that?
Yeah, we were kind of back and forth between leaving, Blair in the back row so we could use Blair on the pipe. But in that fourth set, we kind of just thought, hey, let's err on passing and defense a little bit. And I think her run was, gave us the cushion we needed. And it wasn't just her serve. I think she had about 3 or 4 digs in that service run that weren't easy digs. So it definitely gave us a lift, when we needed it, because I didn't feel like our bench gave us a ton of lift in the third set.
And did you notice any adjustments that SMU made over the short few days that you last played them, or was it just kind of similar to how you expected them to come out?
Well, they certainly stayed tough serving. Blocking wise, I didn't notice a ton, but in the back row, I noticed them doing some different things. Yeah.
This can be for any of you three. Do you enjoy the back-to-back against a team like this?
I do, and I thought it was good exercise for us just in terms of scouting to be able to, get a little bit better at understanding how they defended us and how we want to defend them.
Brooke, you had a career high assist on Wednesday at 51 in a 5-setter, and you set it again today in 4 sets at 52. What do you think has been going, especially against SMU, which is a tough team, been so good with your setting?
We work on it every day, setter, middle hitter, all of the connections every single day in practice, so I think it's just paying off in the games.
Brooke, what was it like just playing in the Pitt in front of the crowd for this crowd for the first time? Obviously you played at the Pitts and at PBG, but what was it like playing here?
It was really fun. I think the student section was really into it. I think it's awesome that they can kind of be pretty much surrounding the whole court, which makes it just an even better environment.
Olivia, you were in the Legends. We're going toe-to-toe on Wednesday, but you guys held her to 14 kills and a .171 hitting percentage today. What adjustments do you feel like you guys made well to slow her down?
I feel like what we talked about after Wednesday's game is we just weren't really that satisfied with how our block was set up, and we just weren't getting as many touches as we'd like. So I feel like for the past few days, that's really been a good focus, and I think it clearly reflected because our outsides were getting a lot of blocks, and if they weren't getting a block, they were definitely getting a good touch. So they were just really translating what we did in practice well today, and I think that definitely played a huge role, just trusting their eyes and getting their hands over. Yeah, that's what it was.
Dan, you guys cited out at 70.7%. Is that I know that's high in the grand scheme of things, but is that a number you like to see? Would you want it higher? How did you feel about your guys' citing out?
Yeah, against a team this good, for sure. We want to be high 60s, low 70s. That's definitely a goal. But quite frankly, we needed to because they hit over 300 in the last 2 sets. So if you're not getting the defensive stops, you got to play better offense.
And I guess what are the biggest changes you see from this team? Just not even since the first game, but even just in this month overall. What are the biggest changes you've seen?
Yeah, it's hard for me to answer, but our setting is way better across the board. I think there's a few rotations I still want to work on, but since day one, I think in all zones, Brooke is doing a better job, and I think our non-setter setting is much better too. So and it's showing in our offensive numbers.
Is that something you expected at the beginning of the season?
Well, we had a inter-squad scrimmage the week before the blue gold, where we were pretty bad, and we had a long video session, and we really made setting a priority. Not just Brooke, but just like that we are, because we look at it, out of 100 balls, how many times can we score, and how many times is the ball unscorable, and so we just wanted to increase the percentage of balls we can score. It sounds simple, but every one matters, and I thought we kind of had solved that by the blue gold, and then we probably reverted a little bit to being tentative. We talk about setting to win. Like we would rather, have an occasional ball that's too tight that we have to joust rather than leave them off the net. So since that opening weekend, I think we've been doing a pretty good job as a team of being aggressive with our setting.
Dan, what did you feel was off in the third set?
Well, first off, this is what good teams do. They take big rips and they push you defensively, and we had a bunch of rotations that we thought were weak rotations for them that we missed some serves in, so we just struggled to keep the pressure on. I liked our fight at the end to kind of keep it close and have a chance to win, but you've got to keep pressure on teams defensively.
Olivia, you came in with Blair. Both of you were freshmen together. What has it been like seeing her improvement this season and how consistently she's playing?
It's amazing to see. I mean, not only her confidence on the court, but her confidence off of it it's grown drastically since I first met her. And just watching her finally just really step into who she is has been really refreshing. And I just love it. I think she's a great person on and off the court. And she's a really good teammate. And clearly she's someone that we really put a lot of trust in. And I feel like a few years ago, she might not have been confident enough to step into this role, but it's very clear that she wants this role and she's going to take advantage of her opportunities. So it's really refreshing to see.
This is your first taste of ACC volleyball. I mean, how important is it for you guys to start off with two wins against a really top opponent in SMU?
I think all games are pretty important, but starting off 2-0 against a really good team like this is going to give us a lot of confidence going forward.
Do you guys feel like you got revenge from the game last year?
Yes.